Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we're playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and Happy New Year to everyone. This is my first video of the new year. I'm sorry I haven't recorded much. I've actually just been getting back into the swing of things, and there's a lot of projects and things that I have to do upon coming back from the holidays. So I'm sorry I haven't been able to make anything. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to talk about the Joe and Mr. Mittens, just really short summaries of the Joe and Mr. Mittens medal, the New Year deal, and then we're going to do our holiday draw ticket pull. Now, this is just going to be a short version. I hope to find some time. I'm not really sure if I can, but I hope to find some time to do a full analysis on both of these banners, especially the New Year deal, since it's actually really good and lasts for 11 more days. So quick summary of the banners right here. The Joe and Mr. Mittens banner, not really worth it, which is really bad because I actually really like the Soul movie. I definitely think it's worth a watch for sure, but it's really bad because it's a guaranteed 1 of 3 medals. So it's the same idea with the previous banners, with the Mysterious Figure, with Melody of Memory Sora, with Stained Glass number 14, where you just get 1 of 3 random medals, and we don't like that. If we look at the draw odds and then go to the stoppers, which is going to be that 10th pull, so not even the 5th pull like it was with Stained Glass number 14, the 10th pull, so 30,000 jewels. As you can see, Joe and Mr. Mittens is just like Stained Glass number 14, where it's only a 1 in 5 chance after 30,000 jewels. Not only that, but they also nerfed down the VIP coins to only 10. So when it's 1 in 3, when that 1 in 3 is really a 20% chance for the new medal, the new medal is okay. It's nothing really fantastic, nothing that we haven't really seen before. The biggest thing about it is that it ignores target's attribute, which is good. It's always a good thing for things like raiding or for PvE. It does metal strength, which is good, but the supernova attack only does power metal strength. So it's kind of an awkward medal where the special attack and the supernova attack don't really line up super well. It ignores target's attribute, which is good, but again, not an incredibly impressive medal, nothing that we haven't seen before, and definitely not worth risking a 20% chance. So that's my thought on the Joe and Mr. Mittens banner. I would really skip it if I was pretty much anyone, to be honest, because 30,000 jewels for that type of attempt is not really worth it. Now let's move on to the New Year's deal, which is actually a really good deal, and it's actually going to be the banner I pull from today, as well as the holiday ticket draws. But I will be doing 5 pulls from the New Year's deal simply because the pet training is active for 1 more day. The pet training campaign that we did the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross primer video on. So I want to take advantage of that when things like extra attack 120% are still at a times 30 rate. So we definitely want to take advantage of that. My thoughts on the New Year's deal, it's good. It's just good. So there's 3 medals where their consistency just is really good for the player, and you see it time and time again being used, if not recycled, for different things. So those 3 types of medals, which generally hold their value for a very long period of time, are heal buffers like Kingdom Hearts 3 Naminé, Kingdom Hearts 3 Kairi A, HD Xion. So those medals hold good value over time. The second type of medal that holds good value over time is going to be copy medals, because copy medals can always copy the best medals in game. So as long as medals keep getting better, as long as special attacks keep getting better, copy medals also get better. Now, if you look back to my August top 10 tier list, number 2 on that list was the Renovas, the regular Terra, Ventus, and Aqua Renova medals. And these medals are Renova medals. That is the 3rd type of medal that maintains its value over time, because again, as Novas get better, as the regular blue Novas get better, Renovas get even better. So even as the Renova itself gets weaker, or it's not as strong as what's out right now, as long as the thing that it reprocs is stronger, then that's good. It means you can keep using that Renova over and over and over. You can give it a defense boost max once the attack isn't as good. You can give it attack boost max right now in order to clock out some damage. So all 3 of these medals fall into that Renova category. So let's take a quick look at the medals. And first of all, they look super sick. And it's really, really sad because it was that moment where Roxas and Axel were saying goodbye to each other, and I was like, oh, so sad, so sad. Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, breaking my heart. But yeah, so the good thing about these Renova medals is that they Renova 2 different attributes. Now, remember back when this banner first came out for Renovas, back with TVA, all the way, I think, January 2020, those say they were specifically the only upright medals that were going to reproc that particular attribute. So, for example, Supernova Plus Plus Ventus is going to be the only upright speed medal that will proc upright speed Renovas. So, even though they said those were going to be the only ones of their kind, they were very specific about the wording. And that's why we have reverse Renovas, and they do 2 different attributes. So for example, let's take a look at Axel B. So Axel B will Supernova renew power and speed medals, and that's really good, because what that means is that you can use this Axel B in both power and speed setups. So if you use it in a power setup, you can use it towards the end. It'll do lots of damage. It's one of the higher damaging medals out right now. And then in speed setups, even though it's going to be a power medal, you can put it on slot number 2, where the buffs aren't really that strong, but you'll still get all the benefits of a speed Renova proc, and that's really good. That's very good versatility. And remember, I said it in my top 10 videos in the past, one of the things that makes medals really good is if they are versatile, if they can be used over time, if they can be used in a lot of different scenarios. So the fact that these Renova 2 different attributes means that, let's say you do 10 pulls, because that's the Mercy. 10 pulls gets you one of these 3 medals, which is already a good standing because you're guaranteed one of the new medals. Already good in comparison to the Mysterious Figure, Melody of Memory Sora, Joe and Mr. Mittens, etc. So you're guaranteed one of these 3. Super good. Now, you only have 30,000 jewels. You can only Mercy once. Remember that you always aim for the Mercy. If you can't Mercy a medal, don't pull for it. You are not guaranteed anything. So I've seen people pull. I've seen people get like 3 in a 10 Mercy pull. And then my free-to-play account only got 1 in a 10 Mercy pull. So just keep that in mind. You aim for the guarantee because that's what's promised to you. You are not promised an early one. I can't stress that enough. I'll do the draw odds in my actual analysis video of these medals, but you're not promised it. Just keep that in mind. If you don't have 30,000 jewels, or you won't have 30,000 jewels by the end of this campaign, do not plan on pulling from this. It is a big risk, and you never want to take risks with things that aren't guaranteed. But anyways, going back to the medals themselves, so let's say you can only Mercy 1. And then let's say you get Xion. So if we go to Xion and take a look at her stats, so for her Supernova, Power and Magic Medal Renew. So really, it's like a 2 for the price of 1. So it's like getting a Renova Terra and a Renova Aqua all at once, and I would say that's worth 30,000 jewels. That dual utility, again, Xion in a Magic setup can go towards the end, will do lots of damage. Or Xion in a power setup goes earlier on and then gives strength to all the power medals that come afterwards. If you look at the special attack, it also does power medal and magic medal strength, so it has that dual utility. Not as good as all medals, but dual utility, still good on a Renova. That's really good. Considering our Renova options right now are Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory Kyrie, which is no longer available for purchase or to be obtained, really, and then the regular single attribute Renovas, which don't give as much metal strength, and they're just not as strong as these newer ones. So really good deal on the Supernova Renews. Again, it is the 3rd mechanic that lasts a long amount of time. Again, going back to the idea, heal buffers, copy medals, Renovas. Those maintain their value, and at the very least for Renovas, it's maintained its value over the course of all of 2020. So those are the 3 types of medals that really maintain their value, and this is going to be no different. Renovas, as far as we can see into the future, are going to be good as long as blue Supernovas are good. Again, for Renovas to be bad, they have to make the blue Supernovas bad as well. So that's my spiel on these. If you have 30,000 jewels, or if you can muster up 30,000 jewels before the end of the campaign, I would definitely take advantage of this. I'm going to do 5 pulls today because the pet training campaign, which ends on the 7th or tomorrow, means that I can do 5 right now, open up this slot, maybe have a chance at getting one of the Renovas, and then giving it a trait potentially like extra attack 120%, which has a times 30 rate right now. So I just want to take advantage of it. So we will go ahead and do 5 pulls on that at the end of this video. Or actually, you know what? Let's just do them right now. So we're going to do 5 pulls on the New Year deal. Again, these Renovas, really, really good stuff. So we'll do 5, then we'll stop. and then we will do the other 5 later down the line. Now, I'm so confident that these medals are going to be good, I don't mind doing the 5 right now. Because Renovas, they really just maintain their value. It looks like we don't get a single one in this first pull. Really not getting anything too special. Looks like we've got some sub-slot fodder, but at this point, I think my sub-slots are maxed out. So that is not a problem. So 4 more tries. Let's hope we can get one of the 3 Renovas early on. Again, since it's 3 medals in the pool, that means the odds of you getting one are higher, and that's why you've seen some people get multiples before the Mercy even. All right, we got 1. Oh, no, it looks like we're not getting lucky on that one. But that's why you see some people getting a lot early. Again, you don't try to get it early. You are not promised to get it early. You don't want to do 9 pulls and still not have one by the end of it because you couldn't squeeze out those last 3,000 jewels. So really make sure you can Mercy it. I have enough jewels right now, and I should have enough in my presents box. Let's see if one of these... Yeah, let's go! Alright, so we did get the Axel B, which is pretty sweet. We got it pretty early too. I believe this was the 3rd pull. So this is pretty sweet. This is pretty sweet. Now, I know I just went on a rant, but this is not promised. I can't stress that enough. There is always going to be that chance you have to wait until the 10th pull. I got lucky. I'll admit to that right now. I got lucky, but you might not if you have to pull for this. So really, 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 really weigh out your chances and see if it's worth pulling early, especially if you can't have the 30,000 jewels by the end of the campaign. Again, I got lucky. Don't use this as an example because there are plenty of times I have gotten unlucky as well. So just keep that in mind. Super cool that we got one early. We still have 2 more pulls to go before we stop. But one good way to see this is that if you get any early, you technically got it for less jewels. So I could stop right now, technically, and that would be okay. But remember that since this is a banner that has stoppers, it's not a banner that says you get X medal in X amount of pulls. The fact that it says stoppers means that it does not reset. So I still get a stopper medal guaranteed in 7 tries, and that would be a 2nd Renova medal. So let's go ahead, do 2 more. Let's unlock that pet training slot. Let's get some trainings in, and then we will also pull for our Santa Sora. All right, what do we got here? So, boom, this is going to be another one. This is going to be the Xion. I'm just kidding. There's no way I'd get that lucky. That never happens to me. Yeah, I didn't expect as much. It would have been cool. Would have been sweet. But no worries, no worries. I find it kind of bad that they gave a power gem specifically. I kind of wish they could have given like one of each gem. That would have evened it out, especially since a lot of people are going to pull from this. I mean, even I'm pulling for it right now. So I thought it would have been cooler if they gave like one of each, but not a big deal. Not a big deal. Free is free, right? It's an additional bonus. No looker? Ah, no dice, no dice. Well, that is our 5 pulls. We did get the Axel, which is pretty sweet. And we unlock the training slot, and let's go ahead, let's do some trainings right now. So I did my 1 training for the day like a fool, not thinking I was going to pull, but then I ended up pulling, and I'm just like, you know what, we'll just weigh out our chances. We'll unlock that 2nd training slot, and I don't think we got anything else that we care about pet training. So if we take a look here, let's go newest. Yeah, I don't care about training any of these. Let's make sure we lock this bad boy up, though. So we will definitely be training that. And since we're training that, we can start using our old Renovas to try to get, like, paralysis resist 100%, which is going to be very, very helpful for PvP. So, let's go here, Supernova Renew. Let's save him for the grand finale, right? All right, so let's do that. Let's grab our Aqua with Defense Boost, who currently has Strength plus 2,000. So again, I pulled early to take advantage of this campaign, because this campaign is absolutely banana sandwich. EA 120 is no joke. All right, Strength plus 500, not one of the stopper traits, so we can go ahead and skip that. If we could take EA 120 on the new Renova, that would be nuts. But instead, we get max gauges 3, which isn't too bad, because for reverse medals, you got to remember that they don't inherently come with a lot of gauges on their keyblades, so it's always nice to have those max gauges in there. All right, let's go ahead and grab the Aqua again, and then let's grab the Axel again. So by pulling into this right now, I give myself 2 different training sessions, plus, you know, however many I want to spend jewels on. Damage in raids 100%. I have defense boost max on this thing. It really doesn't matter what I give it, to be honest. There's no way I'm going to replace Defense Boost 6 Max. Skills are so hard to come by, and you have to pay jewels in order to replace them, and I'm not a fan of either of those two things. We're going to keep the gauges for right now just because I find that to be more useful for reverse medals. So we'll do one more pet training, and then that's going to be it for the time being. So we'll put the Axel in there last. Let's grab the Aqua with the defense boost and see if we can hit a resist 100%. Again, it's an 18% chance. If we get sleep, poison, paralysis, that'd be pretty sweet. And it gives us, ooh, raids 20. Yeah, we definitely keep the strength plus 2,000. All right. Now let's see what we get on the Axel, which is arguably significantly more important. Ooh, aerial 70. Not what we're looking for. Again, you want to get traits that are not obtainable via the regular trading system. So I know I just replaced the gauges there. It's because unless I buy traits or unless I buy VIP or something like that, I might not hit that minus 70, and it might be just more useful to me. So that's how I weighed it out. But yeah, I did 5 pulls on this. I'm going to wait till these training slots expire in 3 days. And then I will do the other 5, unlocking another chance at pet trainings. Again, pet trainings give you access to traits that are very hard to come by and can literally change your entire game and make you use that medal when you don't even need to use it for damage. So that's why I pulled early. Hopefully that's some good advice to newer players. Again, I'll try and do a full analysis on the New Year deal simply because these medals are amazing. They're amazing, and you're guaranteed one of them in 10 pulls, and that's a good guarantee, especially when they're dual utility. So it's kind of like you get 2 different Renovas at 15,000 jewels apiece, you know what I mean? Like, if you got the Axel, it's like you got a Terra in 15,000 jewels, and then you got a Ventus in 15,000 jewels, and that's pretty good. So I am a fan of this. I like this. It would have been nice to select, would have been nice to choose, but considering the banners that we've been getting lately where there is no real choice, we'll take this instead. At least it's all new medals in the pool, and that's good because, again, it increases our draw odds for getting one early like what happened today. But with that being said, that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope your 2021 is going to be much better than the catastrophe that 2020 was. I hope you all are being safe and happy and enjoying your time, and I hope the holidays was good to everyone. But with that being said, that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. If you'd like to join my Discord and get some additional off-hours help, go ahead, type that link into the URL, and it should be good to go. It is a permanent link. But that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.